Welcome everyone to my Holodome video. I decided to do a Holodome video to thank everyone for my 1,000 subscribers. And no, this isn't a joke or a troll. I actually love the Holodome. It's my favorite part of the pre-sequel because it's a ton of fun and it's repeatable. I know the Holodome got a bunch of kind of bad publicity on release. But if you go back and watch all those bad reviews, and I'm not going to name names, 'cause, well, one, I want to put this in the forums as kind of my take on the Holodome, and don't want to name names for that. But if you go back and watch those early reviews by a bunch of the big people, none of them were in the badass round, and none of them got to level 60. I know this is level 70 now, not level 60, but how do you judge something like this without doing it? If you do the peak, are you going to judge the peak on OP2? OP2 sucked. OP2 is boring. OP2 is hollow. Ha, get it? Holodome, that joke. Yeah, that's a terrible joke and I hated it. You have to finish it and do it, and when you get to the badass round of this, there's quite a bit going on. And I absolutely love this thing. It's a challenge. It takes team play, and it is best in co-op. But yeah, the first few rounds, it doesn't really pick up till round 4. And I actually saw some of those people put out reviews from rounds 2 or 3. Should also say, before I get too much further, I'm playing with my friend Avex here. He is not on mic, so you won't be hearing him. It's just going to be my ramblings and maybe a guest spot from Zoki here and there. If you guys don't know Zoki, go check out her channel. I'll link it. And I'm also playing my Darth Timothy, the Sith Lord of the pre-sequel. If you guys want to check that out, I will also have my build video for that in the description below. Avex is playing the Baroness, and yes, I am his servant now. He is Palpatine to my Vader. Those guys are scary, so I am just going to Stormfront them. Yeah, so the Holodome. This place, I don't even know where to start with it. There's so much to say on it. To me, it's kind of like the peak. It was put out with a level cap. You have a repeatable arena of sorts. You have new loot. And I guess I'll just get it out of the way. Yes, it should not have been $10. It should have been $5 like the peak was. I think, and this is 2K, not Gearbox, but 2K really screwed up their pricing with the Season Pass. I'm fine with the Season Pass being $40, but this being $10 and the Claptrap DLC being $10, that is bad. Now, the Season Pass to me, I mean, Claptraps is worth $15-20. That's a crazy, good, massive DLC. But this should have been $5. Characters, I don't know, should they be $5 or $10? I'm fine with $10 because, to me, DLC characters, which me and Avex are both playing here, are worth quite a bit in my opinion. It's kind of scary jumping below here. There's a lot of scary enemies in this. Since it is the badass round, there are a lot of badass enemies. Gargantuan, some of those Reapers, the badass Reapers are scary as hell. So I guess I'll just go to complaints about it. One, people said it was too empty and you had to run around finding enemies. Now, I'm running around a little bit here, but I'm essentially playing a melee character with the Spadroon here. Where are those lasers coming from? Oh, there he is. But there's a lot of dots on the screen here. I mean, just look at the mini-map up in the corner. It's not empty if you get to the badass rounds. Like, the early rounds are pretty empty, but the early Hyperion Slaughterdome rounds are slow. The early peak is slow. I mean, all that stuff. You progress with arenas. That's how they work. Every round they get harder. Fink's early rounds aren't that bad compared to the later rounds. It's how arenas are built. So I found it really disingenuous and dishonest by some of those reviews to do that. I hit a jump pad here. The next thing was a lot of people complain about the size. I like the size. Look, this is a long arena. It's it's not like the creature Holodome and some of that stuff. And with these jump pads and all this verticality, you have options. You can move around fast with the jump pads, and it also encourages a lot of butt slamming, which is a new mechanic to this game. I think that's a good thing. You know, why not embrace the game for what it is? Then you see here, these saw blades are out. Oop, Avex ruined that OFA. We are playing the sniper and melee. They kind of highlight each other, but sometimes it's hard to keep up with Avex because when he snipes all that stuff from that distance so easily. But as you see here, when I can crit with the Spadroon, things die. But less about the builds and more about the dome. Yeah, it really encourages you to play to the benefits of this game. Where is this guy coming? The butt slams, the verticality, the jump pads. I love jump pads. I hope we see more jump pads in the future. I like all this high-flying stuff. I know some people didn't, but whatever. Alright, where did he go? These guys are dangerous as all hell. I love these guys as new enemies. And that was one of the complaints, not enough new enemy types. But in the peak, there wasn't really... There's only... The spider tanks was the only really new enemy, so I don't see that as a huge negative. Another complaint was the music. There wasn't new music for this, and that's true. I actually didn't even notice that, though, until it was mentioned to me. So I don't know how angry I can get at them for not including new music when I didn't notice it. I mean, I do get that complaint. It's valid. I'm not dismissing it. To me, it wasn't a big deal, because the music is good. And that's something that Gearbox has just traditionally nailed in their games. They have had awesome music just kind of across the board. And not even going to go over there. But it's not like you see me standing still or like not running to something or fighting something in this. And if I have, like right there, it's just because Avex is sniping them too fast because Aurelia is really awesome. We tried running this a few times, just two snipers with her. It just didn't work as well. I should have recalled my jacks there. That was not good play of me. I hate those black hole generators those guys put out. The pacing in this could have been better, but I don't think it's bad by any means. Whoa. Those Fallen Reapers are not to be trivialized. They will mess you up fast. And while my jacks are on cooldown, I have to be extra careful, because I don't have nearly my survival. But in all fairness, too, we did run through all the rounds of this. I'm just recording this round. I didn't record all the previous rounds. But we do have quite a bit of Master Servant stacks here because of all that. And here's Flame Knuckle. So that actually leads me to another point. When this was first announced, the pre-sequel at that point did not have respawnable bosses for a lot of that stuff, for the drops. And a lot of people just said on announcement of this that they're going to resell us boss drops, and they were really upset about that. And that's not what ended up happening with the Holodome here. Yes, Flame Knuckle was in here, but he was the only one, so it's not like they were doing that. They just put that one boss in here. They also put that Felicity in here that you typically don't get to fight, which was cool to be able to fight that Felicity. It's kind of a new enemy. I don't know if that really counts or not. People argued about that. But, yeah, they didn't make this about, reselling us drop rates or, refarmable bosses outside of Flame Knuckle. And like I said, people were upset about that, but then when it didn't happen, they're also somehow upset about that. So it was hard to take a lot of those reviews seriously, but because so many of them were put out by so many of the bigger YouTubers, a lot of people really took that as gospel and just hated on the Holodome. And it's weird because not only me, but I play with a fairly decent sized group of people, and we all had a ton of fun in it, and we kept going back to it, replaying it, and everyone I played with seemed to like it. But even now, when people are kind of given the the pre-sequel a little easier of a time, I bet someone's in the back corner there. Oh no, there we go. They still, yeah, the pre-sequel's not as bad as I thought it was. I like it more, but I'm not going to forgive the Holodome. And they can't admit that this isn't terrible, but I don't think they've gone back and played it. So, enough with all those complaints, I guess. Time to revive a buddy. We don't want to lose our stacks. Oh, that's why. I'll drop the shield. Yeah, 2 of them down here is dangerous. These guys are awesome, kind of awesome and terrible enemies. They're really hard to fight. They can do a ton of damage. They have a lot of health. They're hard to kill, not only because of their health, but their movement, their attacks, the fact that they can kind of disappear and warp, and yeah, they're scary, but I love them. So yeah, good Holodome points. I think they really nailed the loot. Giving 2 comms per person was really sweet. A legendary and a regular comm. But then you get some pretty good guns too. The Plunket's really awesome for some characters, not everyone. But the tasers are really good. The Boxy's a good SMG. And that kind of shows it too when, again, when this came out, people were doing the weapon reviews, and they complained that the Boxy just blows up in your face every time you throw it. They couldn't be troubled to actually try to figure out the gun and spend 2 seconds with it to shoot it and realize the distance it blows up depends on the ammo in it. But that was, the kind of quality content that we were getting there. Yeah, it's the power of the Spadroon right there. Also, attacking flying enemies with the Spadroon is fun as hell. But yeah, so I like the loot, and I think the loot's better than the Peak for sure. And the Peak gave us... the legendary comms were awesome. The pearls it put out... well, the Becca was, but not all of them were awesome. So, this thing did a really good job with the loot. I think it's fun and repeatable. And this game desperately needed a level cap. So, when this came out, we only had 1 DLC, and that was Handsome Jack. And Handsome Jack is awesome. I mean, you guys hopefully saw my video about how much I love this character as my favorite skill tree in the History of Borderlands video. If not, check it out. I'll try to remember to link that. I have too many things to link in the goddamn description. So, playing Borderlands 2 for as long as we were, or at least I was, and a lot of other people, I was so accustomed to OP8 that one of the biggest problems with the pre-sequel is it had softer scaling, but then you go into playing True Vault Hunter mode again. And I never liked True Vault Hunter mode in Borderlands 2 very much. I beat Borderlands 2 and I stopped playing it until UVHM came out, and then I never stopped playing it. Because I like hard games and difficulty, as some of you probably know. So not only the Holodome was a welcome addition, but it brought us the level cap, and a lot of people forget that, because the level cap to me was a massive deal getting UVHM in the pre-sequel. But also a good repeatable event. The pre-sequel didn't have any repeatable events before this. You had Well, the shock drop is kind of pseudo-repeatable because enemies respawn, but it's not the actual round 5. I think it's more like round 1. But at least you can go in there and fight guys. But there wasn't a whole lot of great mobbing in this game, and this brought us some really good combat. As you see here, it's non-stop. There's a ton of stuff on the map. It is not at all shallow or hollow or empty, which is again just goes to why I hated that joke of the Holodome because it's empty. No, those people's brains are just empty because they didn't play the fucking game. Because right now I definitely have nothing to fight, even though I'm constantly turning around to kill one thing, kill another, kill another. Ooh, I'm actually going to have to stop and grab some ammo. Oh, good thing these guys drop all those white lasers. Although I think that was an assault rifle I picked up. It's probably not the smartest idea. So now we're on to a boss phase. So I'll switch to my tasers for a little bit. I really haven't been using them. Wow, we're already in wave 5. We're blowing through this. Our first few times doing this, it was pretty tough. We definitely had to work as a team. As here we're spread out, we've done it a lot. We've gotten a lot better. But remember those first ones, there was a lot of teamwork, like sticking together to fight these things because they're new enemies. They're really hard. Alright. I'll go hit that corner enemy so we don't lose them. But yeah, look at ahead of me out there on that map. It's just enemies galore. And this might be right here some of the heaviest spawns outside of vermi farming that you're going to see in this game, period. There's just a ton of shit going on. That's why I'm just spamming my storm fronts, but also Jack likes to spam storm fronts because they just get more powerful as you throw them. And I get free grenades. One more reason to love Jack. Those guys do have terrible crit spots too. And they have a big head, but they sometimes just the hitbox seems to disappear. I'm going to recall my guys now that I have some distance. Yeah, and those homing attacks are really awesome. Alright, now we've got some Ophas spawning. Oh, and a Gargantuan. I'm going to head over this way, Avex, and try to take on this Opha. It's a Radiant. You know, I love the Jack spams. There we go. Alright. This might be a mistake going after this guy, but I think he's frozen. We also have a ton of cryo between the two of us. The Nova shields for my Jacks. Alright, where is he? Kind of got to wait for him to come back and attack you. But yeah, these waves are absolutely insane. Not only a ton on the map, but badasses and Ophas and Gargantuots, or however you say their damn names. And some good time to Inspire. Radiant. I'm just going to get close and get rid of that shield for him. because those guys have massive shields, even though it was unneeded. And that's the Holodome. We did it, guys. Only one fight for your life, I think. It's not bad. But also, I should mention that this place is just beautiful. Like, just look at this map as I fly around it. It looks awesome. You know, that matters. Cosmetics. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you guys originally dismissed the Holodome because you watched those reviews, go back and play it again, because it is freaking fantastic. And that's why I saved this for a review. I was going to do this for 500, but 500 went right by. In like 2 days, I went from 400 to 1,000, maybe 3 days. So that's why I did this now for 1,000 as a thank you video for everyone, and I do appreciate all the support. You know, thank you Fiber for sending people my way, and thank you for all those people that came from Fibers and subscribed and have been watching my videos, because you guys have watched a lot more than just the video he linked you to. You guys have really gone through my back catalog and watched a lot of that stuff, and I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys keep watching and stick around, and you know, share and tell your friends to come check it out, because I'm going to keep doing videos. I'm getting close to wrapping up the good, the bad, and the ugly for Borderlands 2. I'm on to launchers, and after that I'll do grenades and comms, and then I'm going to move on to do that for the pre-sequel as well. So I hope you guys don't mind some more pre-sequel content. I'm also going to start some more Deputy Athena pre-sequel stuff. I might do an entire playthrough with her, as my Maya playthrough is wrapping up for Borderlands 2. And then after that, I guess future plans is definitely Battleborn. Overwatch beta just got announced. I'm going to play that because that looks interesting as well. I was going to do Battlefront, but I played that and it was boring as fuck. It seemed like a game I've played my entire life. It's just GoldenEye with better graphics. You know, I've been playing those games for 20 years. Overwatch and Battleborn, especially Battleborn, look different and new and exciting, and that's why I like Borderlands, because it's not your traditional shooter. It's something different. It's something exciting, and I like new and fun things. So that's it. Once again, thank you guys for watching and supporting, and I will see you later. Go play the Holodome, because it is awesome. It does not suck. It just people suck. Bye.